Hey everybody, glad you can make it. Now, this is a video on the most asked question that I have received on this channel so far is on our mini split install video about the cost and if it's worth it. And we're going to go ahead and show you everything that has to do with the last 3 years of this mini split system and all the numbers that are going to show you what you can save and what you can't. Now, if you're not familiar with it, now this is our most popular video to date on the channel right now, with almost 600,000 views about how to install a dual zone mini split AC heat pump. And one of the things I found out from all the viewers, a bunch of viewers actually, that did not know that these are very good at heating. They just thought they blew cold air. Otherwise, it blows hot and cold after install. Now, this is the only thing that we use to heat and cool our home. Actually, I'll put all links in the description if you want to go ahead and check it all out. So, as the title says, I'm going to go ahead and tell you about the cost and savings along with almost 3-year review on its performance. Now, back in October 2021, I showed a step-by-step how to install a dual zone mini split from Senville. Now, but this will work for most any manufacturer's mini split system, such as MrCool, C&H, Pioneer, and more. Okay, for those of you that didn't see the video yet, I installed the air handlers, which are the ones that go up on the wall like this one. Now, I installed the air handlers in the main bedroom and the great room, which is the kitchen and living room, because that's where we spend most of our time. Now, you can also use a smart thermostat if you like. And I did also do a video on that too, and I'll link that in the description also, so you get the whole package, the whole idea. Okay, before I give you all these numbers, I think it's very important to give you the rundown on what to expect from these mini splits in your area, because they will perform differently in many parts of the world. Now, for the performance on this Senville that I installed, now I had to say it was on the excellent side for its cooling, but also on how quiet this is, even full fan. A lot of you asked, do mini splits work in the cold weather? Yes, but extreme hot and cold outside temperatures will affect the mini split's efficiency. Now, if you live in a region that faces more than the odd day or two of extremes, your home should have a secondary heating and cooling source like electric baseboard heaters, a furnace, or even a portable air conditioner. Now, mini split heat pumps are generally an ideal heating and cooling source year-round. However, extremely hot and cold outside, this will cause the mini split to work a lot harder than normal to maintain indoor temperatures. Now, a lot of other people have asked, now if it's calling for temperatures below 5 degrees Fahrenheit, minus 15 Celsius, or above 115 degrees Fahrenheit, or 46 degrees Celsius, it's more efficient to use a secondary heating or cooling source. Now, the next thing is to ensure the proper mini split size and placement. Now, as with any HVAC equipment, proper sizing is imperative. Heating and cooling equipment that's too small will cause the system to overwork. This negatively affects the life of the system and means it may not be able to produce enough warm and cold air. Okay, on the flip side, is it okay to slightly oversize a mini split? Now, ideally, no. Equipment that is oversized won't run efficiently and will likely cause a short cycling, poor humidity control, and a waste of energy. Money, good money, lots of money down the drain. Okay, you're probably asking yourself now, how big of a mini split AC do I need? Now, proper sizing involves measuring the size of the room you'd like to heat and cool, and calculating capacity the mini split needed to handle the area. Now, here are some good general guidelines that you may want to look at just for kind of getting you closer to what size and so forth you're going to need. Now, I do recommend contacting the manufacturer and talk directly to them about getting the size and model you need in your area. Now, with that in mind, let's go ahead and take a look at the actual numbers over the last few years so we can jump right into my spreadsheet of utility cost and DIY payback. Hey, as we do that, I would like to remind you, if you are not subscribed, please take a moment and do that for me now. I'd appreciate it. It means a lot to us. And going after that 15,000 subscriber mark, we're working on it with your help. And if you do get value from me, please consider smashing that like button. You know, the thumbs up. And thanks for doing that. Let's get on to the numbers. Okay, before we get to the numbers, let me go ahead and show you what the calculation is for a actual HVAC person pro that's how they charge you. So here's the base formula for every contractor that uses to calculate the cost of the ductless mini split system. Now you have material cost plus equipment cost plus permit fees plus labor rate per technician plus overhead rate. Now the number of technicians, installation hours, and markup, of course, equals your installation cost. Yeah. Now on average, a full install price of a unit in Arizona. Now every place is different and every type of install is going to be different. But this is your average in my area is $77.89.24. That's $7,789.24. But let's go ahead and go over this spreadsheet a little bit more so you can get the kind of gist of it. Now, if you remember the first year in 2021 and part of 2022, of course, but we did $616.70. That's what we saved on our utility bills alone. Okay, now we averaged out all the average temperatures right here. Then we go into 2022 here where you can see we're not saving as much because we're already down from last year. But as you can see here in October is when we got our shop done. That's when we started using the wood shop, the workshop and so forth. And we have an air conditioner out there. I have a install video on that too if you want to see it. But what you're going to look at here from this on, like I said, we were actually plus $15.23 from the year before. All your temperatures are right here. We took these months here to zero out because of those. And then in 2023, let's go ahead and keep rolling. With the shop running strong, we actually only went up $350.23 for the year. That's not bad at all. And all the temperatures are they kind of range about the same, but that gives you what that does and what we did in the last 3 years and the savings that you're going to keep doing. Now remember, you're still getting the savings of the $616 from the first year, every year after. Okay, let's go ahead and let's take a look at this real quick. Now, at the time I purchased the unit, it was $2,100. Now, with the average savings of $500, we're just kind of lowering it down. $500 a year, it'd take 4 years to pay back the unit. Now, the 2-zone installation, time and cost for what they're going to charge if you have somebody else do it for you is anywhere from 8 to 16 hours at $225.95 per hour times how many people are there, $1,807 to $3,615. Now, like I said before, this is an average labor cost of a licensed HVAC professional in Arizona. And like I said, the average cost to do it is $7,789.24. Now let's go ahead and go over the DIY install price and see what you save off this for your first year and so forth. So this is why I'm a firm believer in showing you guys this. So you may want to take it on. But what we did, okay, unit kit, $2,100. Line set cover. Now the line set cover that covers the lines going up, those are $80. We had specialty tools, which was the vacuum and so forth. I'll have all these listed for you. So if you ever want to do this, you can go watch my video. It has everything listed there and so forth, all links and so forth. Okay, electrical. I did $217 right there. Wire is not cheap, folks. So the total install for me to put this in was $2,822. Now, DIY, doing it DIY, you saved $4,967, and then plus your money off your utility bill. So, yeah, is it worth it? It's been working fantastic. Okay, I would have to say on real cold mornings, it takes a little bit for the heat to work through the house. But other than that, this thing has been operating like a dream. Still, now I clean it every month. So you go through, you make sure everything, you service it every month. It's just the screens up front, so forth. Make sure you're not getting a bunch of. Now, also, I ordered all of this through Amazon and used my tax number, and I had Prime, so there was no shipping or tax charge. So I don't have that on here. So as you can see, there's a lot of money here to be saved if you do it yourself, and the utility costs and so forth. So I'm going to go with a 10 out of 10. It is worth it. Okay, let's go ahead and go back out. Now, so you can see, doing a DIY install can save you thousands of dollars, not only on the purchase and install, but save big on the lower utility costs. Now, if you may not be comfortable with some of the install, you can always pay someone for that portion of the job. Now, I've had viewers that did all the install except for vacuuming down the line sets when needed. Now, they went out and hired a licensed HVAC guy, and he charged the lines, tested it, and signed the warranty certificate for a fraction of the cost. Now, same with electrical. If you are not comfortable doing this, hire somebody. Oh, and if you have any questions on this video, put it in comments. I usually try to answer every single comment every day, every morning. Hey, I appreciate it. Watch these. I'll see you on the next one.